Welcome to Star Chat, the podcast where we explore the wonders of the universe and all its secrets. I'm your host, Carl, and I'm excited to share another fascinating episode with you today. As we continue to push the boundaries of space exploration, it's interesting to think about what it means to be in space. Is it when you cross a certain altitude, like the Kármán line at 100 kilometers above the Earth's surface? Or is it something more subjective, like the moment when the sky transitions from blue to black? Today, we're going to talk about the pioneers who first witnessed this phenomenon. You might think it was Yuri Gagarin, the Soviet cosmonaut who became the first human in space in 1961. But actually, there were several test pilots and balloonists who experienced the thrill of seeing the sky disappear before Gagarin's historic flight. One of them was David Simons, an American astronaut who spent over 24 hours in the stratosphere during the Man-High, the second flight in 1957. From an altitude of almost 31 kilometers, he observed the alien horizon, where the atmosphere merged with the colorless blackness of space. He was startled by the appearance of the stars, which were untwinkling, living, colorful objects with places of their own in the cosmos and depth in an endless universe. Another notable example is Joseph Kittinger, who jumped from a balloon at an altitude of over 31 kilometers during the Excelsior, the third mission in 1960. As he looked up, he reported seeing a hostile sky that was void and very black and very hostile. This experience left him humbled and changed his perspective on humanity's place in the universe. Even today, astronauts and space tourists who cross the boundary between the Earth's atmosphere and outer space often describe the moment when the sky disappears as a profound and life-changing experience. As actor William Shatner said after his Blue Origin flight in 2021, "To see the blue color go right by and now you're staring into blackness, that's the thing." So, who were the first people in space? Was it Gagarin, or was it these earlier pioneers who witnessed the sky disappearing? The answer might depend on how you define space, but one thing is clear: their experiences paved the way for our current understanding of the universe and our place within it. We'll be right back with more fascinating space news on Star Chat. Welcome back to Star Chat. We're diving into the latest news from the world of space exploration. Today, we've got some exciting updates for you. First off, NASA has made some significant changes to its Artemis program. The agency is canceling the Exploration Upper Stage and Block IB upgrade for the SLS rocket, opting instead for a standardized commercial upper stage starting with Artemis IV. This decision aims to increase the flight rate safely and execute on the President's national space policy. We also have an update on the issue that forced NASA to remove the rocket for the Artemis II mission from its launch pad last month. The problem with the upper stage's helium system has been fixed, but it will be a couple of weeks before officials are ready to move the vehicle back into the starting blocks at Kennedy Space Center in Florida. In other news, United Launch Alliance's Centaur V upper stage will replace the Exploration upper stage on SLS missions beginning with Artemis IV. This means Boeing, which was on contract to develop the EUS, will still have a role in supplying upper stages for the SLS rocket. Looking ahead, we've got some upcoming launches to keep an eye on. On March 7th, a Falcon 9 is set to launch Starlink 1718 from Vandenberg Space Force Base, California. Then, on March 10th, an Alpha rocket will launch Stairway to 7 from the same location, followed by another Falcon 9 launching EchoStar XXB from Cape Canaveral Space Force Station, Florida. Welcome back to Star Chat, dear listeners. As we conclude our journey through the cosmos for today, I'd like to take you on a fascinating detour to explore two intriguing stories that have been making waves in the astronomical community. Firstly, let's talk about asteroid 2024 YR4, a space rock that's been at the center of attention due to its predicted close encounter with our lunar companion. Initially, there was a slight risk that this asteroid might collide with Earth, but subsequent observations ruled out that possibility. However, scientists estimated a 4% chance that it could still strike the Moon. Unfortunately, for those eager for a rare natural experiment, the latest observations from the Webb telescope have confirmed that asteroid 2024 YR4 will indeed miss the Moon. This asteroid, measuring about 200 feet across, was first spotted in late 2024, and its trajectory has been closely monitored ever since. The fact that it won't be colliding with the Moon means we'll miss an opportunity to gather valuable data on a large asteroid strike. Such an event would have provided scientists with a unique chance to study the impact flash, measure debris thrown into space, and gain insights into how asteroids interact with planetary surfaces. On a more positive note, the successful tracking of asteroid 2024 YR4 demonstrates our growing capabilities in monitoring near-Earth objects. By combining cutting-edge instruments like the Webb telescope with precise calculations, astronomers can now predict the orbits of small, distant asteroids years in advance. This is crucial for identifying potential threats to Earth and planning accordingly. In another corner of the universe, scientists have been working on a different kind of experiment, one that involves growing crops in space. As we look towards establishing sustainable human presence beyond our planet, understanding how to cultivate food in extraterrestrial environments becomes increasingly important. Researchers have made significant strides in this area, with experiments on the International Space Station and other platforms showing promise for future long-duration missions. As we continue to push the boundaries of space exploration and scientific discovery, it's essential to remember that every step forward, whether big or small, contributes to our collective understanding of the cosmos. So, let's keep looking up at those stars, shall we? That's all for today's Star Chat. Remember to like, share, and subscribe, and until next time, remember to keep looking up at the stars.